Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Common Sense Africa podcast. I am still your host, Ugochukwu Nwokoro. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you so much for all our numerous viewers and supporters, subscribers. Please continue to do what you're doing. The message is being received globally, and it's because of your work. So please, as you watch, do share. As you share, please let everybody know that the only way we can stay on air, or we can be sustained, we can be maintained, we can pay our bills, is by you. As you watch the videos, when the ads pop up, please do not skip them. Listen, watch those ads, and because that's the only way we can, our partners will continue to support us, and our partners are the ones that help us to pay the bills. So please, do not skip the ads when you watch our videos. Encourage those that you share our videos with to equally do the same thing. So the more you watch the ads, the more or the longer we can stay on air. That's how we pay our bills. Again, I thank you for all the support. I thank you for what you're doing. And together with us at Common Sense Africa podcast, Africa would find her voice. Africa would be placed where it rightfully belongs, in the committee of nations, of other continents that are doing the right thing. But now we are still focusing on Nigeria. A lot of you have reached out to Common Sense Africa podcast to say something about the comment that Governor of Ebonyi State, Dave Umahi, the comment he made about the votes of Ebonyi State going to Tinubu. Since we commended him, we praised him and his team during the primaries, how they voted, how they refused to be bought over, and Ebonyi delegates, both in APC and PDP, voted their candidates, their own candidates, and not those that were induced by dollars and all that stuff. But they voted to show that they are serious about the Southeast producing these the next president of Nigeria. So on that same note, we praise them, we praise the boy. Now it's time to also call the governor out on what he said about the votes of Ebonyians going to Tinubu. Folks, I do not want anybody to read too much meaning into that, because the governor is only one man. He only has one vote. Remember, the general election is not like the delegate election, whereby you can take all the delegates to a hotel, lock them up, and whatever, hold them until they vote and know how they are voting. General election is one man, one vote, and the governor only controls one vote. So he cannot, and he doesn't have the right, and it's also anti-democratic for him to say that the votes of Ebonyans are not for Peter Obi, but rather for Tinubu. Yes, he can guarantee his one vote, and those are he can induce to also vote along the same line with him. But he cannot say that the vote of Ebonyans belong to Tinubu. There are no basis for that, especially when there are other political parties. You have the Labour Party in Ebonyi. You have PDP as well, So do not remember now that the governor also is having problem with PDP. PDP is fighting hard to wrestle the governorship of Ebonyi State, which the Governor Dave Umahi took from PDP to APC. PDP wants it back, and all the other political parties are fighting. So there's no way that the governor can say that all the votes of Ebonyans belong to Tinubu. Does he have an agreement with all the other political parties? He doesn't, And do Ebonyans votes gather together, vote in one basket, and then the governor takes the basket to Tinubu? No, it's one of those things. The governor is fond of making, statements out of emotions. He did the same thing when the court ruled against him about switching from PDP to APC, and instead of appealing the judgment, which he later did, the first thing he did was to get on air to talk bad about the judge, talk bad about the judiciary system, and that was a wrong thing to do. But he later came and again apologized on air and did all those things. So on the same note, I'm sure the governor must have realized what he said about the votes of Ebonians. So we're expecting that someday he will come and recant that. So he will come and recant that and then take back his word and let the people vote and let him be democratic enough to allow the people to express, their choice of candidate. So because I'm very pleased about what is happening. The express train of change, the movement, with express change of train of change in Nigeria is on. The train has moved on express lane, and no one individual can stop it. I'm very encouraged about the youths of Ebonyi, also condemning the statement that the governor of Ebonyi made, and I'm encouraged, by the movement of the youths in entire Nigeria. The northern youths have also come on board, and they've also joined the movement. The southwesterners are joining the movement. So even in Ebonyi, the governor his party might not even win the votes of Ebonyans in his state. APC might not win that. Even Tinubu himself, is not guaranteed that he will even win Lagos. That's how serious the movement is. So I would want us to focus on what we do individually, not what this person said and not what that person said, because all of us, each person has one vote. So what you do with your vote is what matters. So it starts with securing your PVCs. Make sure you secure your PVCs. Make sure your family members secure, your peers and your friends and colleagues. Everybody get your PVCs. Get your PVCs and then do the right thing, So the kids, like I said, the youths of Ebonyi have condemned that, and other people, well-meaning Nigerians have condemned that as well. Kudos to Okwadike, the former governor of Anambra State, Chief Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, for vociferously condemning the comment that is attributed to the governor of Ebonyi State. Even he said that, of course, that the governor of Ebonyi State is his friend. As a matter of fact, and I quote him because I heard his interview on Arise TV, where he said that every Christmas the governor brings rice and other things, to him as an elder statesman. And then he also said that Tinubu himself is his friend. That when his wife, that's Governor Ezife's wife, was kidnapped, that Tinubu gave him, money to help get his wife out. So with all these things, all these people being his friends, he still came out and he still made that comment and he still called the governor out. That is what an elder statesman should do. And I wish others would emulate, his example. He's been on course, talking about the course of Nigeria, talking about the direction the country should go. So I place him very highly on the same place that I put Pa Ayo at Debanjo. So they are the ones, they are the elder statesmen that are speaking up. And of course, Professor Ihechukwu Madubike, whom I spoke to 2 days ago, and he talked about what the Nigerian elder statesmen are doing to make sure that this country is put on the right path. So those are the things that we need to focus on. We need to stay far away from religious, partisan, and tribal sentiments. This thing is very serious. What is happening in Nigeria is very serious. We need to assess the candidates based on their capacities, based on what they've done before, based on their character, their antecedents. And as they are campaigning, Nigerians, you are smart. You know which candidate that can unite Nigeria. You know the candidate that can bring economic vibrancy in Nigeria. You know the candidate that will help to put our kids back in school. You know the candidates that will pay the pensioners, our grandfathers, our fathers that have worked, that have given a lot to this country, but yet they are not getting what is due to them by way of pension. So you know all these people. You know the candidate that will extend, a handshake across the nation and rebuild Nigeria, you know that candidate. You know the candidate with the agility, with the moral character that can rebuild. What is happening? Nigeria, the state we are in now, is very important for anybody to use ethnic, religious, or partisan, to divide us further. We must stay away from that. We must work to get this election right, and when we get this election right, then we begin to do the real work. The real work is in reconciliation, is in nation building. Yes, we are Nigeria. The country is called Nigeria, but we are not one nation, because we are all bundled together, different nations bundled together, and then form this Nigeria. And those nations did not even agree on whether to be part of Nigeria. They were not consulted. They were not part of it. So what we must do after this election is to begin the course of nation building and reconciliation with each other. So that way we will no longer, after this election, address each other based on our tribal or ethnic divisions. So we all become one Nigeria. No longer Efik, Edo, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Tiv, or whatever. We will all be one Nigeria. Because if we have just identified ourselves based on the new nation, one nation Nigeria, then we'll have a common sense of purpose. We will no longer be struggling with, this person is from here or is from there. So we'll no longer be struggling, like that. So we should learn from what is happening in Rwanda. After the Hutsus and the Tutsis war and everything, Rwanda now found it, necessary to, unite every Rwandese. And they did that very effectively. In Rwanda, nobody is addressed as based on your ethnic tribe or whatever. Everybody's addressed as Rwandese. And look at the progress that they've made. So the same thing that we must do in Nigeria after this election. So we will not look at, again, the comments that the governor, Dave Umahi, made. It shouldn't be a problem. He has a right to make whatever, comment that he wants to make. That is his constitutional right. But he doesn't have the right to bundle all the Ebonians into one basket. And like I said earlier, the general election is not a delegate type of election where you get delegates and keep them in one place and then have them vote a certain way. It is not like that. Even at the delegate election, the governor himself didn't get all the votes from the delegates from Ebonyi. So it was shared between him and I believe Ebonyi. The same way that votes, across the nation will be shared during the next election. People will vote their conscience. But the movement for change is high on course. It's on a fast bullet train, and no individual will stop that. As much as it's not our duty, our Common Sense Africa podcast, to choose a candidate, but personally, I have chosen my candidate after due assessment of all the candidates running. I personally have chosen Mr. Peter Obi, that he is the one that can, bring progress, that can bring economic vibrancy, that can unite this country, that has the moral character, that has the antecedent, that has the vision. Listen to his manifesto, listen to what he's doing. It's not what they say. Look at what they are doing. So based on that, I came to the conclusion that Mr. Peter Obi is the man that can unite Nigeria, that can bring the change that we need. So Nigerians must, align yourself with the movement. Vote your conscience. Look at, like I've assessed my own. You assess whoever that you think will be the best candidate for Nigeria, based on the ability of the individual to be strong enough, healthy enough, agile enough to handle the enormous task of a president. Not an individual that will just sit at Aso Rock and will not, be able to do what he or she is supposed to be doing. We want somebody that will be proactive, that will be proactive and active to take care of the problem of Nigeria. That somebody that, instead of thinking about going on medical tourism abroad will think about building the hospitals in Nigeria. Building hospitals in Nigeria so that not just the elite will benefit from that, but every Nigerian will benefit from it. So that's the line, that's the kind of thinking that we should be doing. Do not let religious and ethnic, differences be a problem in this election. Nigerians will know better than that. Because there's no difference between a man that is suffering, a man that cannot pay school fees, a man that cannot pay for his kids to go to school, a man that cannot receive his pension who is from the north. He's no different from from another man going through the same experience in the south. So what our common our interests are bigger than our religious or ethnic divide. So we must look at that. We should not let partisan politics or ethnic or religious divide make it hard for us to choose the next president that will rescue Nigeria from the mess that we are in. Because after this mess, after what is happening, the real work will start. After this election, the real work will start. Nation building, reconciliation, and all that. So it would take somebody that have the moral conscience, the ability to reach out, to organize. So let's keep the movement going. Let's keep it going. And this whole election is not about one man. So don't focus on what Governor Dave Umahi said or anybody else said, because this is bigger than any one of us. What matters is what are your efforts to get people to secure their PVCs? What are your efforts to get people educated, to get people informed about the election, about what they need to look at? You need an individual that would think of building a solid road instead of thinking about buying a jeep that will maneuver the bad roads that we have. We need an individual that will think about having the country secured instead of surrounding himself or herself with mobile police and the army and all that. An individual that will think about the importance of keeping our kids in school. An individual that will think about creating jobs. That's the kind of person that we need. An individual that has the right vision. So all of us are responsible here. All of us are responsible. So stop getting mad about, what these governors are, especially the governors in the south and south. They are known, for making statements or comments out of arrogance. Governor Wike of Rivers State is equally, guilty of it. So this is the time to change such attitudes. This is the time to all those people that will think that are not, able or capable to function in the new Nigeria that is about to happen. This is the time to weed them all out. So it is bigger. Nigeria is the pride of the black nation. And Nigeria must get it right. Because if Nigeria gets it right, the respect and pride of the black world will be restored. So what happens in Nigeria affects everybody else, every black person around the world. So I plead with every one of us, regardless of where you are from, based on your ethnicity or whatever, please, what is at stake is bigger than your ethnic composition or our ethnic composition. We must come together. We must hold each other's hands. We must guard our mouths what we say. Do not incite unnecessary religious or ethnic riot or religious or ethnic sentiment. Do not do that. What is at stake is way bigger, more important than any one of us. So we should not be picking about, remember, every Nigerian voter has one vote. Has one vote. And the way things are going, Tinubu is not even sure of winning Lagos State. Nobody's sure of anything because the youths have taken over. The movement is real. And hopefully with the new electronic transmission of election results, it will be hard for them to rig. So for those that chances are people will try to come to you to induce you with money and all that, or to vote, etc. Do not do that. Let's try something else. Let's vote the right man in, the right man that has the vision, the right man that can do the right thing for you and your family, the right man that will bring all Nigerians together. Let him go there. Let's see what he does. So it is, the yearning for change is not a movement. And it's a movement that no one person can stop. So, folks, please, in the name of God, let us unite. Nigeria is a beautiful place. I am telling you, and I've traveled around the world. I haven't seen any other country that is so blessed with enormous human and natural resources like Nigeria. It's just that we are so blessed that we just take things for granted. We don't know how to manage ourselves. We don't know how to manage the resources. If Nigeria can manage our resources well, there will be no other country like Nigeria around the world. There will be no other. Because God has blessed us with a lot of things. So yes, I agree with Okwadike, Chief Dr. Chukwemeka Ezife, that Nigerians, we need to pray. We need to pray. God is already on our side. Let's pray. Let's continue to pray and then to act. We have to not just pray. We must put our prayers into action, with actions. We must make sure that people around us register to vote, get their PVCs, and of course vote with conscience this time. Don't vote based on a bag of rice or whatever that an individual gives to you. We must empower the next person that will be our president or the next leader, so that way we can hold them accountable. Because if you take money from them, you cannot hold them accountable. So folks, and again, I say, please do not let religious, ethnic, or partisan divides, deny us or deny you the opportunity to vote and select the right person that will transform Nigeria. Nigeria is actually the most important nation in the world. Nigeria is the reason why some other countries, especially in sub-Saharan African countries, are not doing well, because they look up to Nigeria. So please, folks, it is about time that we got it right. Because if you get it right, a lot of other African countries, will get it right. So please, 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 let's unite. Let's unite around this movement that our youth have started. Let's unite. It is very encouraging, youth from the north, youth from the west, youth from the south. They've all united. They've all started organizing. It is a very encouraging thing. Please, folks, do not derail that. Let Nigeria, for once, shine. For once, be the giant of Africa. Okay? Do not allow what an individual said based on partisan politics, affect the way you vote, affect the way we do things. Let's all unite. Let's all do our own part. If you do your own part, which is get your PVC, which is educate more people, I say what you do, you get your PVCs plus 10. Try to get 10 other people to do the same thing, to get their PVCs. And try to develop, some type of a political ideology around this 10, of people around you. And then try to find out why this person is best suited to be the next president of Nigeria. And then you guys will begin to manifest. You'll begin to manifest when you talk and be engaged. Nigerians should be engaged. So again, folks, I thank you again for your support, to Common Sense Africa podcast. We are very encouraged with the reception that we're getting from across the globe. So please continue to share our videos, continue to like, continue to subscribe, and continue to let individuals, as you watch, as you listen to our videos and all that stuff, please do not skip the ads when they pop up. The ads are placed by our partners, and that is how we can continue to be on air. That is how this whole thing can be sustained. That's how we pay the bills. So I beg you, as you watch, please, in the name of God, do not skip the ads. Listen to the ads. Watch the ads as they pop up. And then you continue to watch the video. Okay? So the ad, again, is how we pay the bills. And on that note, may God bless us. And thank you again. And let's keep the movement going. Let's keep that fast train on a fast track that is on. God bless you. Bye-bye.